Hey guys, Sean Mory here for another session of LenCred Credit Geek Q&A. Joined by Dustin Weitzell, my top funding advisor for the year of 2015. And today we're talking pretty specifically about something that it wasn't a question that came in. It was one that Dustin and I decided we wanted to try to answer because we see it a lot in our day-to-day. And that is, what is the difference between a loan and a line of credit, and why does that matter to you as a small business owner? So, for me, something I find all the time, Dustin, is, I'm a credit geek, obviously. And so when I hear, I need a loan for my business, I need a $50,000 loan, by next week. The first thing I always stop my clients and ask is, okay, so I'm a credit nerd. You say loan, that's what I think you mean specifically. And so I'm always asking, do you need a loan or do you need capital for your company? Why do you think everybody is so uninterested in the difference? Do you think it's education, or do you think it's that they just think they want a loan?
I think you're primed for an answer for me that a lot of times they just don't know what they don't know.
Well, sure.
So they had this vision, and as a kid you grew up, hey, I went into the bank, got a loan, start my business.
Right.
And that's awesome. It just doesn't happen that easily. So sometimes a line of credit is a little bit easier to get. The way that we do it, you probably wouldn't get a loan for a startup business. A line of credit, the way we approach it, is a lot easier typically.
Sure.
So I think it's just education, and most of the time when you get that out of them, they don't care how they get the money. They really just say, I need this money and I know I'll be able to do X, Y, Z with it.
And that's why what we do becomes so important because, I'm not a broker, neither are you. I hate that word, honestly, because it's nothing against brokers. I'm not. I'm a financial strategist. Our job is to know what our clients don't, then give them that education for free, help them to make a confident and intelligent decision in regards to their business and how they're going to get their capital. You don't use a loan for operational financing. You don't have to. Lines of credit that are revolving, continuously available, where you only have a payment when you're using it, for me, is going to make a lot more sense than getting a loan where if you get $100,000, you only need $20 initially. You're going to make a payment on the entirety of it every single month. That payment's fixed, your interest rate's fixed, and you have zero flexibility. Not to mention, once that loan's done, guess what? The bank's going to make you pay that back before what? They're going to give you more money.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to pay them all over again to get you another loan. So it's a vicious cycle where if you're getting in the wrong products, financial vehicles as I lovingly so much call them, it can kill your business or it can send you to the next level when it comes to the ability to advance and grow.
Absolutely. And so loans we typically get when we need them. Lines of credit, we preach people that we get them before you need them.
Sure.
But there's so many benefits, and when I started my first business, the biggest issue I had was on the revolving side.
Right.
Nobody explained these benefits. So where are you going to go on a line of credit if you go in that direction? Where else are you going to go and get 0% possibly for a year?
Sure.
Where are you going to be able to say, okay, I know when these months are slow for us, so how can I make sure I have a smaller payment? Well, on a line of credit, you pay down some of your debt during the busy times,
right,
and you have a more affordable payment when, during your off season.
Exactly.
There's some flexibility. You can't get loans increased with good payment history.
Sure.
You can't typically lower interest rates with great payment history on a loan.
Right.
With lines of credit, we open all these doors, and really it's just, wow, if somebody would have told me all those things, I would have been okay with the line of credit.
Right.
And basically when you're paying that money to the bank on the loan, that's great. You pay 50 grand off, better than you ever anticipated this year. But that money's gone. It's paying the bank.
Sure.
You pay that onto a line of credit that's revolving, that money becomes available over and over again.
And you have a great payment history at that point.
Absolutely.
You're using the money the bank's giving it to you, you're using it responsibly, and you're making them some money. Because the cost of good credit is what? Interest. So you got to pay a little bit back to the man to get more of what you want. And, the simplest way I can put it for anybody is you don't take a Jeep on the drag strip, and you don't take a Ferrari off-roading. Learn your products, learn their usages, learn the benefits, and find somebody you can trust that if you don't know the answers, that you can pay to know those answers for you. That's the way I look at it.
Well, the Ferrari was a joke inside. Don't try it. I've tried it. It's not a good idea.
It worked out very badly. A Ferrari rim is not cheap. Let's put it that way. But no, and guys, all jokes aside, ask somebody, read about it, find out the difference between a loan and a line of credit. Decide what makes the most sense for you, and don't think that you have to go straight to SBA every time, because SBA is one of a multitude of options. So, Dustin, that's all I got. You good on that one?
I would be. One more thing, because it's important that if you go for, you need 100,000 to get you through those 2 years.
Yeah.
And maybe you only qualify for 60 right now. Well, it's revolving. So don't be nervous, because as you make your payments and it goes back in there like we talked about,
Right.
maybe by the time you've made your payments back and you start doing it, you may have gotten 250 out of that line of credit by the time those 2 years are up.
You had
So-
60, but you use it
And
continuously.
you've made payments, and as you
Right.
have good months, you pay bigger chunks back. So, don't be nervous, and that's an awesome way to start your business.
I like it.
essentially.
I like it.
And that's about it.
Well, guys, I hope that was helpful. We're going to try to start doing more, not just questions from you guys, but stuff that we're seeing in our day-to-day. It's just as frustrating to have a client not know that you're trying to help them on one side of the phone as it is to be the client on the other side and not know who to trust and who's there to help you and not. So keep sending us your questions. We'll keep on trying to answer them. And thanks for joining us for another session of LenCred Credit Geek Q&A.